Rich men north of Richmond. Another reaction video. Let's do this thing. Hey, this is JB. Super pumped you're with me. I'm the Morning Coach. This is a place for good energy, good ideas, and productivity. Glad you're with me. It is more of a community. Love to hear comments below. We have a good dialogue down there. I try to answer them as fast as they come in. Been doing a couple reactions, and the community's been asking for some reactions, and are asking me for this new one on Oliver Anthony, Rich Men North of Richmond. This video has 32 million views in 13 days, #1 on trending, and has got really, is kind of creating some controversy out there. Now, just so you know, we're not political on this channel. I don't go to the left or the right. In fact, I like to be a critical thinker. I believe that's what we all need to be. I think it's almost becoming cultish now with some of these political movements that people are really drinking the Kool-Aid and not being able to think and look at both sides of things and creating division. You know, I think we'll see what this song's about. There's some really cool reaction videos here that I see. But really, it seems like right now, you know, the division is what everybody's pushing, especially, you know, what he's going to sing about the rich men north of Richmond, right? When you're divided by issues and people are fighting, they're much easily more controlled. And I'll be interested to see this. So let's get into the video. I'll be stopping it a few times because as a reaction video, I do want to hear the lyrics a little bit and see what they are so that we can talk about it and see why this is taking on so much. So let's get into this. Oliver Anthony, Richmond of... Let me stop this here real quick. We're going to come back. Let me make sure those captions are off. I did a video reaction video the other day. The captions were on and people were yelling at me. I'm going to scoot over here so you can see this a little bit. All right, so let's get into this and see what we've got. Oliver Anthony, Richmond of Richmond. So let's get into this. Richmond north of Richmond.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
So right off first take, you know, in case you don't know me, you know, I obviously have been pretty blessed. You know, I have a place in South America. My wife's Colombian, but I grew up in a hardworking town of Indiana. I can tell it resonates with me a little bit already because where I grew up, you know, and I'm here now. I actually have a retreat center here in LaPorte, Indiana, and you know, we're blue collar. I mean, my parents were factory workers. You know, they would come home, work every day, come home, you know, punch that clock, right? And then, you know, work overtime. And our weekends were our freedom, our time to be free. But I could see how, you know, you're a hard worker and you're working hard and the world is changing so much. Like it's so political and everybody's, you know, it's just a weird time to be alive. And I think in weird, difficult times, you have great music. You think about the Vietnam era, that's some of my favorite music was from the uprest or the upheaval. And almost, this is kind of Dylan-esque, right? For those of you that are a little older that can remember those songs in that time. I'm 54, by the way. You can kind of feel that energy, that passion in his voice. Already the lyrics are pretty solid. Let's get back to it.
Living in the new world with an old soul.
I love that, living in the new world with an old soul. I kind of feel like that a lot of times, right? I feel like I'm living in a new world and it's just like an old soul. Like a lot of times I think, am I crazy? Am I the one that's nuts with all this stuff? Is it me? You know, and it's just, then you step back and, you know, you get up to that, I call it getting up to 50,000 feet and look down and you realize it's the controlling. It's the people trying to control. And I get it. There's billions of people on this earth. We need structure. We need control. Somebody's got to take that power. Otherwise there'd be anarchy, right? It'd be craziness. But it is really weird how you see that and you kind of fall into that and you feel like an old soul.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know.
It's awesome. So just that part of it, I enjoy because, as you know, and again, this is my opinion. You can go any direction you want. I do believe we're bloated. I believe we're paying way too much in taxes. I believe, and again, there's this angle that I get that some people have. It's like there's certain people that have inherited so much money and they should pay more. I get what they're thinking, but at the end of the day, this seems like where I'm at right now with this song is it's for the people that are struggling, that are middle class. The people I grew up with that are going to the factories every day. My stepdad delivered uniforms. My mom went to a factory every day. And those taxes hurt. And it was like everything's getting taxed, whether it's your gasoline. And when you look, they've even, if you've researched it, it's like up to April, all the money you make goes towards that. And what is it going to? What are we paying for? These politicians are making more and more money. We want everybody, really, the majority of the people, I think it's 80-85% want term limits. They want to get some different structure to our government, but yet they won't look at it. And the idea of insider trading just drives me nuts. If you know about trading, they know things that are happening in the fines like $5,000. Come on. I mean, there's certain changes that need to be made at that political level. And I think that's what he's, kind of striving to is that, there's some basic fundamental things that are going on that a lot of us have an issue with that are old souls, right? And we just keep getting taxed more and more and more.
Politicians look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
Wow, that's powerful. So people are going to tell me, oh, that's, you're down on welfare. Look, here's the deal. We just had COVID, right? And it's like, why aren't we focused on health? Why aren't we focused on better eating? Why aren't we helping people in the inner cities learn how to eat? We send billions of dollars overseas, but yet we don't take care of our own. And I think that's what he's saying here. It's like, where's our attention? Like, this is for everyone. This is not for somebody else. And anybody else has to admit that the welfare state is not good. As a coach, when you are giving something for free, you don't respect it. I got this board back here. I was given this for free. It's a $5,000 e-ink device. The company's now out of business. And I used to carry this thing to my events, right? And I'll never forget the day that I was just throwing it around. And the reason I was throwing it around because I didn't pay for it. I didn't earn it. I didn't work for it. It was nothing. It was given to me, right? And then I had to realize, wow, this thing's worth money. You need to understand that and understand that it's worth that. And I think there's some things here that are really important. This health aspect of, we're people are going to McDonald's and Burger King and not learning to eat right. I freeze my meals. Literally, I buy in bulk. It saves me a ton of money. I can go spend $100 and get my chicken and my beef, and it feeds me my whole month and my family. Where people are going to McDonald's, and we're not doing the right things as far as education goes in this country. And I think that's where he's coming from. I don't think that's a right-wing theme. I mean, come on, let's get people healthy. Cardiovascular disease is the number one killer in the United States. More people are dying. They say this is a right-wing anthem. I don't see it so far. I think these are truisms. And I see so many men suffering right now because people are putting men down, and men that are trying to do their jobs, are getting hammered. And we have so many families that don't have fathers. And I personally think having a mother and a father are great. My mother and father, I come from a family that was divorced. My father divorced my mother when I was young, and I had a great stepfather come into my life when I was 10 years old, and I probably wouldn't be who I am. I hated him. I hated my stepfather when I was growing up, but I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for him.
Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in a new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond
Huge. I mean, again, just understanding, again, I don't want to get political. I don't think this is left or right. You can see this is the way things are going. And if you're a critical thinker and you can step back and do your own research, really look at what's happening in the world today. Follow the money. Look at, and we live in such a selfish time. I mean, I personally believe, as somebody that's really working to raise the consciousness of the planet, that we have enough money in the world to stop hunger, to stop disease. We could make a utopia, but yet we're at war. We're funding wars. We want more wars. It's crazy. And yet it's these certain elite people that are doing it, like that are controlling, that are forcing things to happen. And I really feel the media doesn't do a great job with this. The media is forcing people against each other. The traditional media is falling apart. Look at this guy, got 32 million views, right? That's more than this traditional media could ever get. But yet it's like they're pushing these narratives for control, right? That's what's going on. What a song.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Wow. So I can see why this resonates with so many people. I really do. I feel it. You can feel the emotion. You can feel the passion. I think there's a lot of frustration going on that we're focusing on the minors instead of the majors. We've got cities that are in real trouble. Again, we're pumping money outside of the country, but not taking care of our own. We're finding money for that, but we don't take care of our own. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. And everything is about divisiveness and separation instead of bringing us together. A song like this really opens you up to think, critically think about what's really going on in the world. And I think that's what we're missing. We're missing that research, that critical thought, people thinking for themselves. Our education system's really broken right now. It's all about testing and funding. And it really is about money. Like everything is money, 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 money. And we've lost sight of the important things. Now, I got to tell you, it's hard to be a politician. I wouldn't want to be one. I mean, all of a sudden, you go into politics, you're destroyed. They're going to destroy your family. They're going to come after you. I mean, it's a real tough time to make change. And I got to tell you, a lot of times change comes from music. You think about those times, the Vietnam era and the passion that came through that. And maybe times are changing a little bit as we rise up and we need to start coming together. For me personally, I think there's two types of people in the world. There's good people, there's bad people. It's very simple for me. And it works out real well the way that I live my world. I'm here to bring love and compassion and energy and help people become more productive and take their professional expertise to the world and build their businesses. And we're having a blast. A lot of people that I've been able to serve and help over the years. But it's just, gosh, it just seems like our society just is glued to having other people tell them the way to think. Again, on the left or right, it's almost cultish. We have these cults that are being established where people can't break free and think differently. And it's really sad because I see people suffering, and you can see this. And the suffering comes from control and trying to control and not letting people be free and go out there and create and become the best they can be. Instead, they fall into these holes where they can't get out of, and we're not supporting them the right way. We're actually keeping them down. And there's a reason for that. The easier it is to control people that are poor, people don't have the resources, people can't rise up. And it is about control and power. And I think this song is a lot like that. And that's what's going on. As always, it's community. I'd love to hear from you down below. You disagree with me? That's great. This community is about dialogue. I always say, prove me. Prove me. Go out there and be passionate and tell me why you feel a certain way. I'm open about that in the community, and that's what it's about. But wow, what a song. I can see why this thing's going viral. It's amazing how independent artists are now being able to put things out and really have them go, and it's pretty cool. So, hey, I appreciate being part of this community. If you love productivity, reaction, all kinds of fun, diverse content, hit that subscribe and hit that like button if you like this, because we're having a blast here. I learned to take the captions off. I did a video the other day and left the captions on. Everybody's yelling at me, and that's okay. I'm not perfect either. I don't claim to be. We're just having fun and putting great energy out there. So thanks for watching my reaction video. Go have a great day, and I have more videos coming for you. Hey, thanks for watching to the end. You rock. You can subscribe if you haven't already by clicking my face, and YouTube is going to suggest another video right here if you want to keep watching our videos. Hey, thanks so much for supporting us. We're making the world a little bit better place every single day.